So, have you ever heard the saying any publicity is good publicity? I cannot speak today. Now usually people always say like, if you're in the news or if you're, you got some public news or whatever, it's usually a good thing. Maybe if you're not the Green Company, and if you are here, it's because you're into video games. What's up, buddy? My name is Steven Nellies, and welcome to Nerds Paradise, a stupid little show where I talk about whatever the frick I feel like talking about in terms of video gaming. And today we're back onto the wonderful world of Xbox. Now, for the last like 3-4 years, I have been making stupid little 20 to 30 minute videos talking about Xbox and how they have shot themselves in the foot so hard. They've been trying to make their way back. They shot themselves in the foot. It started with like a couple months ago when they increased the price of Game Pass because they put Call of Duty on it. They took Call of Duty off, and like Call of Duty's coming now. No longer day one a year later, so Modern Warfare 4 will not be on Game Pass day one, which is, I mean, it's fine for someone like me because I don't really, I do play Call of Duty, but I'm not like so invested in Call of Duty that I'm like, I need the new one right away. I can wait, which is totally fine. But that's not what we're going after today. Okay, today's Xbox tomfoolery is from just the most wild shit that has happened in the last week of Xbox. And it's been nothing but bad stuff. And I mean bad. Like Asha Sharma in the first 100 days of being an Xbox, many people were like, okay, we got some promise here. There's some promise here that's gonna happen. We're gonna be okay. Asha Sharma, she's coming from the AI department, which already caused some stuff, and be like, oh crap, she's coming from the AI department. One of the first things she did was literally take AI out of Xbox. Like, there's no Copilot or nothing like that in the Xbox ecosystem anymore. So many people have started to believe, okay, she came from the AI department. She goes, I know how shit AI is. We're not putting that crap on Xbox. So already off to a decent start. And then you got the higher ups, you got the Microsoft dipshits who are like, yo, I want a 30% profit. I know you guys are making 3%, but I want you to somehow make 30% profit. Which, by the way, for those who do not know, to make a 30% profit is feckin' impossible in today's economy because you're raising the price of things that do not need to be raised. Like, for example, and we're going to get into it. Just gonna start with the showcase. The showcase, it was good, it was decent, but then some shit came out about the showcase. They are trying to go back to console exclusives. They want to go back to console exclusives. Halo, however, is not coming. Halo is still coming to PlayStation 5. Fable, still coming to PlayStation 5. Forza Horizon 6, still coming to PlayStation 5. Three of the biggest hitters, probably the three biggest ones for Xbox, are still coming to multi-platform. Are still coming multi-platform. The new Call of Duty is also still coming multi-platform, even to the Switch 2. Modern Warfare 4 is coming to Switch 2 as well. So again, we're already off to a start of, well, then what exclusives do they have? What? Well, here are the exclusives. Okay, we have the exclusives that we have, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Sorry, I apologize. I'm still working on a better intro here. The exclusives that we do have are as followed: Gears of War E-Day, Clockwork Revolution. Now, Clockwork Revolution was announced this year and last year, and it was announced last year, and we all knew that one was console exclusive because they said it was going to be a console exclusive last year. So we're already like, okay, that's fair enough. Console exclusive, we get it, we understand. PlayStation's been doing the same thing. We'll get onto that a little bit later. Basically, PlayStation just realized that like their system for how they ported the games to PC and how they ported it, whatever, just wasn't working out very well for what they wanted, the vision they saw, so they just cut it. And many people are all pissed off at that, but it's like they cut it. They just straight up like, this isn't working. Boom, done. This is not working. And also, like, if you are PlayStation, by the way, you have 90 million units out there. I think it was like 90 million or 95 million PS5s are out in the wild. Only 35 million Xbox Series S and X's are out in the wild. I have both. I have the PS5 and the Series S, not the X. I have the smaller because it's a bit cheaper, honestly. But this is like, with the increase in price, though, like, people are not going to flock to Xbox. People are just going to be like, okay, whatever. And here's where things get real funny. They're like, all right, Gears of War Day is going to be an Xbox exclusive, a console exclusive, but it's still going to come to Steam. So, that's already a shot in the foot right there. Because it's like, oh, it's going to be a console exclusive, but you can also get it on Steam. I know so many people who have a PS5 and have a Steam account that they're like, well, I'm just going to get Gears of War on Steam. I don't need to worry about anything else. I can get Gears of War on Steam. We don't need anything else. So you have that. Um, something else I had. I wanted to just there we go. So you have the Gears of War thing, which yeah, it's coming on Steam. So a lot of people I know who have like a lot of I would almost say 80% of the PC gamers that I know who have a console have a PS5 because the games that they want are like God of War, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, Yote, which are on PS5 and I mean did come to PC a little bit later, but were on PS5. So already off the bat, they're already losing. Now, this is how last minute they made Gears of War E-Day exclusive. When they announced that Gears of War E-Day was going to be exclusive in the Xbox showcase, or the Xbox showcase, when they announced it was going to be that like a console exclusive, it was such a last minute thing that day the official Xbox podcast released their episode going over the events and things that happened at the showcase. The art that the Xbox podcast had still had Gears of War E-Day coming out on PS5. They weren't even given that artwork. It was apparently revealed that like 10 people within Xbox knew it was going to be exclusive. None of the ones from the podcast knew. You know that the thing that you upload to inform people about the new games coming out and give some more details, more info about, you didn't bother to tell those people that, hey, this is not going everywhere anymore. This is a console exclusive. So even they were like, uh, this is the artwork we have. Because the podcast was technically pre-recorded. It wasn't recorded right after the showcase. It was recorded before and uploaded after. Already off to a chef's kiss. And then to add on to the tomfoolery of the showcase, there were some games that were good, some games that were just like coming out, whatever. I have a few of them. I have a few on my wish list are already pre-installed because they were coming day one with Game Pass. Everything was day one with Game Pass, by the way. And Game Pass still, it's not making the numbers that they want. They lost over 1 million subscribers when they increased the price, which now that they've decreased the price, I don't think they're going to get those subscribers back anymore at all. They probably won't. So that's probably the end of, well, not the end of Game Pass, but Game Pass's stock is going to go down, revenues are going to go down, and that was what was basically keeping Xbox afloat. And then to top off the showcase event, there's a new game coming out by Ninja Theory, Senua. It's the third game in the Senua series, in the Hellblade series. Because there was Senua Sacrifice, Senua Saga, and then there's the third one just called Senua. Senua looked good, looked great. We're all kind of little worried about it. Not, it is coming to multi-platform. It is going to come multi-platform. We then later discover and find out that Senua was, and I frickin' quote, an ad for investors. Xbox had already determined it was going to shut down Ninja Theory before the frickin' showcase began. Before the Xbox showcase feckin' began, Ninja Theory was on the chopping block. And they released this trailer to Senua in hopes investors would see it and try to buy Ninja Theory. What the feck? Ninja Theory, Double Fine, and there's one other studio, Compulsion, are on the chopping block. Basically, they're all trying to be like, yo, Xbox, let us go independent. Let us find someone. Let us stay a company. And Xbox is like, maybe. But it's because of the higher-ups. Now, Xbox has been in the news. I listen to Kind of Funny Games Daily. Xbox has been in the news every single day. And it's never been for anything good. Never been for anything good. Nothing good. Okay, to the point that I have I'm gonna just grab these here. I've been scrolling through IGN, looking at the headlines for Xbox. A lot of them are just like the third party stuff, like oh Genshin's coming, this is coming. It's like okay, cool. Why is there we go. Sorry, my thing's acting a little weird. But we're looking at just some of the Xbox news. Now I gotta go way back because there's been a lot of stuff related to Xbox that have come out, but I'm looking for all of like, because a lot of it isn't official Xbox stuff. It's all like, oh, this is new coming to Genshin, this is coming to GTA, this is whatever, and it's oh boy. Yeah. There's gonna be layoffs happening, and a lot of it has to do with the higher ups. It does. It just has to do with the higher ups with Microsoft and stuff. But like, still, a lot of these is like, why is this a thing? Why are oh my goodness? A lot of these are just like, because a lot of people have been talking. They're like, honestly, Gears of War E-Day and Clockwork Revolution are not gonna sell consoles. They're not. They're not gonna sell you your consoles. You're gonna have to do more than that to sell consoles. But it's just it's I'm struggling to find the words here, but Xbox is really, as someone who's been playing my Xbox a decent amount because Forza Horizon 6 came out to it and it's not on PC yet or PS5 yet, so I've been playing it on my Xbox and I've been loving Horizon 6. I absolutely do. I struggle to wonder what the crap is going on with the company. Yeah, but like even like I totally forgot about that news story too. Like there's so many articles that I'm just like, are you kidding me? One of the Xbox studio heads leaves the company because of what is going on. Like it is, oh boy. There's just you just like, so I stopped for like a little bit because I wanted to just grab some articles. Okay, to further my point here. That is the wrong display. We need to go to the other one. Other display. There we go. All right. So we're gonna first continue on here to why Xbox games are being canceled. Xbox is closing multiple studios. So what games are affected? What games will be affected by these closures of Compulsion, Ninja Theory, and Double Fine? Age of Empires, safe. Okay, good to know. Avowed, safe-ish. Developer Obsidian reportedly still has plans for the World of Era. This could mean a sequel to Avowed, or it could return to Pillars of Eternity. Basically, these are very real chances that these three developers, Compulsion, Ninja Theory, and Double Fine, are going to be shut down. There are also very real chances that they will not only be the ones facing a fight for survival. Many players, understandably, not too familiar with the studios that make their favorite games, if you don't follow the world of games closely, when there's news about studio closures, the first questions are naturally which Xbox games are being shut down, which games are being canceled. This is where the this is where this list comes in. We've made a crystal clear of which games are being impacted by Xbox's current business decisions. Take a look through your favorite games of franchise, and we'll let you know how things are looking. This is also by Matt Perslow. Perslow? Perslow? I don't know. If I slaughtered your name, Matt, I do apologize. June 20th, by the way, is IGN. As you can tell, IGN is usually where I get a lot of my news articles from. Them and Kind of Funny Games. So if you want to listen to a games daily show, Kind of Funny Games, because as much as I want to make this a daily show, I don't think I'm in a position to do that right now. So it might be a weekly show, and it might actually be on Sundays. Sundays is when I'll record them early in the morning, late at night, whatever. But it might be Sundays. These come out. These episodes, podcast. Anyways, Age of Empires, they're safe. All right, Microsoft Classic Real-Time Strategy. Age of Empires is currently developed by the World Edge Studios development current project. The latest North expansion, Empire 4, was announced part of June's showcase and due to launch this year. So far, there's no reports that suggest World Edge Studios is in danger of being shuttered. Avowed, safe-ish. There's an ish there. Uh-oh. Solid reviews, but failed to meet sales targets. While they can put its studio in dangerous position, developer Obsidian Entertainment reportedly still has plans for the world of Aura. This could mean a sequel to Avowed, or it could even mean a return to Pillars of Eternity, the duology of isometric RPGs that first introduced the setting. While there's no official statement to point us in the right direction, both are theoretically viable. Avowed's design tapes into widespread hunger for Elder Scrolls-like games, and while a third Pillar of Eternity could prove exceptionally popular thanks to the surge of CRPG populars following Baldur's Gate 3. So, Obsidian, who is under Xbox, by the way, Avowed did have to go to PS5, by the way. Now, what are the sales of the Avowed on PS5? Not Thanks. It's not what I meant. You know what I should have done? number of sales of Avowed. Alright, well, I'm not going to listen to that. Let's go to Reddit, shall we? Well, performing Indiana Jones by 2 million on Game Pass. Oh, that's Game Pass. Never mind, that's from a year ago. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any actual numbers. Apparently, it's showing only 54,000 copies, which is that's the AI overview. I'm not listening. I don't know. I don't know an actual number. Someone will tell me. Please tell me. Because I don't actually know how Avowed did on PlayStation. Like, I know it was like cross-platform and all that stuff and cross-progression, but like I played Avowed for a little bit and then stopped because, again, the issue is, and it's this sentence right here: hunger for an Elder Scrolls-like game. The amount of times, if there's one thing I have learned from playing Avowed, Tainted Grail, Falls of Avalon, there's the one that recently came out called Fate Keeper I want to give a try to, and there's one other one that I played that just wasn't all that great. I mean, I enjoyed it, but when you say a game is Elder Scrolls-like, it is almost doomed to fail because it doesn't play. I'm gonna make like a podcast episode about that, of like why an Elder Scrolls-like game is not that great, because they try to be like, oh, it's an Elder Scrolls-like game because it takes place in a fantasy fictional medieval fantasy style game, but the combat is nothing like Elder Scrolls. The overall world and views, like Tainted Grail was like, oh, there's like Elder Scrolls. Like, no, it's not, because it's literally everywhere you go is like, there's not like random encounters. There's not like, there's so many things about Elder Scrolls that makes Elder Scrolls the way it is, where it's like, oh, it's not everything is in complete utter ruin. Like in Tainted Grail, everything's just in ruin. It's like, not everything is in ruin in Elder Scrolls. Like, there's dungeons and stuff, yeah, but like, not everything is in ruin and in peril. There's dragons, sure, but like, people are still living peaceful lives. They're not struggling for survival. But I don't know. Anyway, so Avowed, they're safe right now. Okay, good to know. Clockwork Revolution is safe, apparently. But inXile Entertainment, a studio previously created Wasteland 3, Xbox recently announced Clockwork Revolution will be an Xbox exclusive as part of the company's recommitment to console exclusives. So it seems unlikely that a major piece of Xbox plan to release an existing community or build a dedicated customer base would be jettisoned. Jettisoned? I don't know. Currently, there's no reports indicating inXile Entertainment's plan to be closed. So, Clockwork Revolution, I still don't believe it's going to save Xbox. As much as you want it to, Gears of War and Clockwork Revolution are not going to be the ones to save Xbox. Because, like, Clockwork Revolution looks very... It almost looks Bioshock Infinite-like, is what a lot of people are saying. And I don't think Bioshock Infinite would ever be a system seller either. So, you want to... The other issue is... Okay, they increased the price of Xbox. To buy an Xbox Series S, for me, in Canada... $892 is what I saw it for at retail last I saw. And it's like, Project Helix, the new one that's coming out, either they have to change their business strategy or that thing is literally going to cost me $1,500 in Canada. $1,500, by the way, is what I paid for my PC when I bought it like 5 years ago? Yeah, something like that. Nope, 2022 is when I bought it. So 4 years ago. And I've been slowly upgrading the thing, but when I bought my PC brand new, it was $1,500 for my PC. And I mean, yeah, I've put some upgrades and parts into it, but like $1,500 for the PC. The PC does so much more than what this Project Helix is going to do. By far. Even in terms of graphics and quality, and I don't really care about that kind of stuff, but just being blunt, there's no way they're going to make it that big. It's not going to work. Fable, safe. Fable is safe because of, well, this. The ambitious reboot of Fable is being crafted by the team at Playground Games. While it is a multi-platform game in development for Xbox, PC, and PS5, it is nonetheless a key part of Xbox's plan on focusing on its core popular franchises. Fable was beloved in the 360 era, and Xbox will be banking on a lovely crafted reboot to sell, which earn fans. Playground Games, there seems to be no danger, not at least because it's also the developers of a popular Xbox franchise, them. Playground Games, they make this. They make Forza. Forza Horizon, by the way, unlike launch had 6 million players on launch. Early access had 2.5 roughly million people early access the game. 2.5 million early access. That makes it the highest early access game in Xbox's history. 2.5 million people early accessed Forza. It's supposed to come to PlayStation 5 a little later. But anyways, Playground Games split into 2 development teams, one working on Fable and the other one dedicated to the Forza Horizon series. The latter team just shipped for Horizon 6 and will now be hard at work keeping it updated and flesh out new content. Also, not unlikely that part of the Forza Horizon team will already be thinking of beyond Horizon 6 to what lies in the franchise's future. Horizon is a key pillar in Xbox. While the distance between the games is growing ever larger, or longer, it took 5 years to create Horizon 6 compared to the 3 years it took to make 5, and the 2 years to all prior installments took. As of now, we're expecting there to be no new game in the distant horizon, so to speak. So Horizon is safe. Motorsports is canceled. They could not. So, of course, while the Forza Horizon series has gone from strength to strength, it's almost 15 years lifespan, its parent franchise, Forza Motorsport, developer of Turn 10, fell into decline over the same period. Historically, the two sides of Forza traded places, with the most arcade-like Horizon game arriving between the installments of the hardcore driving sim Motorsport games. Following the lackluster launch of 2023 from Forza Motorsport, Turn 10 has since been assigned to aid Playground Games with the Horizon series, and Forza Motorsport as a franchise has ceased production. Yeah, Motorsport 2023 was such a shite game that Turn 10 is no longer developing games. They are aiding in the Horizon series. So Turn 10 is now a supporter for the Horizon games. You outlived your parent franchise. Not the first time it's happened, by the way. Persona is one of them. Tell me when was the last time you saw Shin Megami. I think Shin Megami Tensei actually 5 came out pretty recently. But Persona is a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series, and Persona is way more popular than Shin Megami Tensei is. Gears of War is safe, of course, because E-Day is coming. However, it's a console exclusive. Multi-platform release is sort of over. E-Day will start Gears of War home turf, while Gears 4 and 5 don't have a reputation. The original trilogy of the series is generally quite popular, so the Coalition seems to be in a safe spot. Gears will continue. However, you're still releasing the stupid game on Steam. You're not releasing it strictly for Xbox. If you want it to be a console exclusive, release it strictly for Xbox, because you want people to come back to Xbox. That's what you want. Well, Steam and PlayStation are beating you out the frickin' water, and you don't have many games that are gonna make people come back to Xbox. You really don't. Like, my Xbox, I'll be blunt right now, my Xbox is a Forza and Call of Duty machine. I have Call of Duty installed on Xbox, and I have Forza. That's pretty much what my Xbox is used for. Everything else, it's all coming to PlayStation or PC, so I get it there instead. Grounded 2 is safe right now because, of course, it's Obsidian, and Obsidian's pretty good. Halo is safe, which is, not insane. Of course, because Combat Evolved is coming to multi-platform, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be good. I'm curious for Campaign Evolved. There's some stuff that Campaign Evolved kind of got into, and we will get into it actually in the next news story here. When I kind of go through a little more there. But anyways, Minecraft, of course, safe. No shit. Minecraft safe. The Outer Worlds canceled. What? Last year's launch, The Outer Worlds 2 developed by City Entertainment and followed it for... Oh, right. Failed to meet Xbox safe goals, and so it will be the final game in the series. The Outer Worlds is over as a running series, although Obsidian Entertainment as a studio thankfully remains in operation. So Obsidian is good, but Outer Worlds is not. You're not getting an Outer Worlds 3. There's no way. Psychonauts 2, Double Fine is at risk, of course, being shut down. Senua Hellblade's at risk. This pissed me off so much, though. It's at risk because they wanted to sell it. So that means they showcased the game, and people are like, holy crap, a new Senua game, hell yeah, let's go. This game could be shut down by next week. Like, Xbox, what the fuck are you doing? Same with South at Midnight. It's also at risk. It's coming to the Switch 2, or it is on Switch 2, and it's coming to PlayStation. Like, it's supposed to be coming to other platforms later this year. Oh, State of Decay 3 is safe because there's nothing about Undead Labs at the moment. Bethesda Softworks, of course. Doom safe. Elder Scrolls Online is safe. I mean, ESO is safe. Come on, it's ESO. I play ESO. We're good. Elder Scrolls itself is safe because it's Bethesda. like all of Bethesda's stuff is safe. I mean, Blade maybe a little bit. Wolfenstein. I mean, we haven't heard anything about new Wolfenstein. Diablo's safe. Overwatch, of course, is safe. World of Warcraft safe. World of Warcraft, actually, this is a funny thing that I've heard a lot of people talk about. What they should do with World of Warcraft is either A, give you a benefit like if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get a World of Warcraft subscription. What was it? I think like with Xbox Game Pass, if you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get EA Play installed. So, just add World of Warcraft. Or they say bring it to console and put it on Game Pass. Bring it to console, let other, because that's what happened with ESO. Like ESO came to console and like all of a sudden it's one of the biggest MMOs ever. Same with Final Fantasy 14. It's on console, so it's one of the biggest MMOs ever. It makes sense. Activision, Call of Duty, of course, being safe. Call of Duty at risk. If I saw at risk, then Matt, you would be off your rocker. Call of Duty is going nowhere. Like Call of Duty is the hugest shooter ever. To the point that people are trying to find alternatives and they just can't. They can't. It's just not possible. I do play a lot of alternatives. Like I play Delta Force, some of that, which are really, really fun. I really, really love and enjoy them. But anyways, let's move on to the Halo thing. Halo Combat Evolved, split screen co-op on PS5 will not require PlayStation Plus. Halo Studios clarifies. So for those who don't know, there was a rumor or something that went out that basically said if you wanted to play split screen co-op on your PS5, because it will support split screen, both accounts will need PlayStation Plus. This is updated at 6:44 PT by Mitchell Creep. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, Mitchell. Or Michael. I'm sorry, Michael. I cannot read today. My bad. And this was June 20th, so yesterday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Halo Studios has clarified the PlayStation Plus subscription will not be required for Halo Combat Campaign Evolved split screen on PS5. The developer revealed on an X/Twitter post that the previous explanation, which said that both users will need a PlayStation Plus account to play local co-op, was incorrect. Although split-screen players will need to have standard PlayStation accounts, it will not be required to have an active PS Plus subscription. The original Halo Waypoint post has also been updated in the clarification. A PlayStation Plus subscription will still be required for online network and co-op play, which is completely fair and understandable because you also need a Game Pass subscription or an Xbox Online subscription, whatever. We incorrectly... With the Halo Studios, we need a full clarification below. We incorrectly stated that PlayStation Plus is required for local co-op split-screen play. The official Halo Twitter account said, local split-screen co-op requires a PlayStation account for each player, but does not require a PlayStation Plus account. So, original story, if you plan on hopping into Halo Combat Evolved split screen co-op, it was launching for PS5 next month. You will not just need one, but two accounts of PlayStation Plus subscription to play. Halo Studios clarified the account requirements for the upcoming story remake of the Halo Waypoint Q&A yesterday. It serves as a deep dive into the hottest topics to emerge since the game was announced for PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PS5 in October 2025, but not everyone is happy with what the team had to say. Why does it say in October 2025? Where did that come into play, Mr. Michael? Anyways, the breakdown confirms that what was needed to play with others, with each platform demanding different requirements. For example, you'll need at least a Microsoft account on the Xbox or an Xbox gamer tag, regardless of if you're on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. Users to enable cross-play and cross-platform aggression. Halo Campaign Evolved requires PlayStation specifically, however, are especially steep. Now, the whole thing of, you need a Microsoft account. People are like, oh man, I need a Microsoft account to play. You've needed a Microsoft account to play every single Microsoft game that has online. Forza Horizon 5, you needed a Microsoft account, which by the way is free. That's the one thing. Forza Horizon 5, you needed it. Sea of Thieves, you needed it. Halo, you're going to need it. I believe Gears of War, you needed it. I didn't play Gears of War, but you'll probably need it. Now, the thing is, Microsoft accounts are free. Game Pass is not. A Microsoft account is free, however. For example, do you own a Windows PC? You need a Microsoft account for your Windows PC. It's just that simple. So literally, the account you use to log into your Microsoft PC or your Windows PC, you use that when you log into your PlayStation account. Bada bing, bada boom, get in. But the thing is, people heard the Microsoft account and like, oh man, I need like an active Game Pass subscription, or I need Microsoft's online subscription in order to play this. No, you just need a Microsoft account, which if you have a Windows PC, which let's be real, probably 99% of human beings have one. And even if you're like, but I don't have a gaming PC, you have a laptop. Like, I got mine sitting right here. You have a laptop. By the way, this thing, not a gaming laptop. I have it sitting here because I was transferring some files off of it. Honestly, this thing sits in my living room, and this is essentially my TV. I plug it into the TV in my living room, and I watch TV off it. Still need a Microsoft account for this. It's not a gaming laptop. It's just basically my entertainment system, my media center. Like, that's like, you still needed a Microsoft account for that. Like, it's the free thing you needed. That's it. Anyways, let's just continue on, shall we? To just the end of this article. This all just goes into what the game is all about. But anyways, if you're playing split screen on PS5, both accounts will need to have PlayStation Plus and be linked to a Microsoft account. Halo Studio said having those active PlayStation Plus subscriptions will also provide access to online co-op play. Based on this explanation, when players sit down to play Halo Combat Evolved in July, all participating users will need an active subscription, even if they are sitting right next to each other on the couch. PlayStation Plus is usually only required to access online multiplayer for premium gaming experiences, while free-to-play and offline titles can be enjoyed without the subscription. For comparison, those on Xbox Series S and X looking to play split screen will only need a unique Microsoft account, while players hopping to enjoy co-op online will need an active Xbox Game Pass subscription. Those playing on Steam will only need to link a Microsoft account. So, if you wish to just play couch co-op, like me, and I'm just going to use my wife. My wife and I decided to play couch co-op on the PS5. We only need one subscription thing. We don't need a subscription thing. But if we wanted to play online with some buddies, one of us would need it. That's it. Just one of us. Just one of us would need it. They had to clarify that. Which, again, is fair enough. And I mean, I understand, sometimes you make that statement, everyone's like, huh? What? I need two? Huh? No, you don't. You just need one. You're fine. Now, let's move on to the last thing I wanted to talk about today in terms of the Xbox being Xbox. On Vivid Gold retail outlet, I've never seen this page before, except for now when I looked it up. The best-selling games on PlayStation published by Microsoft. Microsoft wants to go back to exclusives, and many people are saying at this current point in time, it is not the right move, and it really isn't, honestly. Asha Sharman has said that she wants Xbox to be the greatest entertainment company by 2030. Asha, if you keep going in the direction you're going, making things exclusive, your company, Xbox, probably won't exist by 2030. That's 4 years out, maybe even 3, because we're already halfway through 2026. That's 3 years out. Xbox may not even exist in 3 years. Honestly, the best move you can do, and we need to look it up. Like, we're just gonna look it up. Like, top third party pub. I'm 90% sure. OTA. Okay, never mind. Take-Two, EA, and Bandai Namco are up there. Okay. I honestly was going to say Sega. But, you have to look at, for example, those are third-party publishers, of course, and that's the AIO review, so don't take that as gospel. 2026 game publisher rankings. This is on Metacritic. Let's see who is number 28, ID Factory, 27. I don't want, all of them. I want number 1. Number 1 is Square Enix. Okay, so Square Enix. Don't know who these guys are. Absalom, all right. Capcom. Microsoft's number 5. Microsoft is 5th. This was last year, by the way. 5th for best publisher, game publisher. You were 5th. And honestly, you have to look at the Sega route, okay? So I know this is going to sound dumb, but Sega, no longer in the hardware game. They just went straight to publishing games. They now have people like Atlas. So you're probably thinking, well, I don't play a lot of Sega games. Guess again. Do you play Persona? Persona is Sega. Do you play Sonic? Sonic is Sega. Makes sense. Who are all the companies? Who? I need to look it up what companies under Sega, because there's a lot of them. We have Amplitude Studios, which are known for It doesn't look like this is all Wikipedia, by the way. Atlas, Creative Assembly, Sophia, Gremlin Industries, Blockade and Heads On. We have Headlight. We have Sega Racing. We have Rovio, which is the company. That's the company behind, I believe. Angry Birds. These are all studios. So TMS Entertainment, 2 Point Studios, United Game Artists. These are all like subdivisions and categories, but a lot of games are under Sega. Sega's a pretty big one. Square Enix is a big one. A lot of people are saying Xbox, you have Compulsion, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, you have Playground, you have Activision, you have Blizzard, you have Bethesda, you have ID Software, you have Obsidian. Just stop with the hardware and be a third-party team. You would actually do so much better if you were not focusing on the hardware, because you wouldn't be blowing all this money on the hardware that nobody's freaking buying. But anyways, and to prove my point with that, to end off this episode of Nerds Paradise, this 40-minute episode, to prove my point with that, we're going to look at, from Vivid Gold Retail Outlet, the best-selling games on PlayStation published by Microsoft. Now, already number one, you can see the picture. It is number one, Forza Horizon 5, ultimate proof of concept. The reality, it's a massive success on PlayStation platform. Forza Horizon 5, by the way, was the number one selling game on PlayStation from when it came out in April to August, I think. It was the number one selling game. It sold 5.9 million copies on PlayStation. Forza Horizon 5 did. 5.9 million copies on PlayStation for Forza Horizon. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, of course, was number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Indiana Jones Great Circle, Minecraft. Conclusion, The Rules of Power. These are 6. By the way, these 6 games, so these are the 5 games, right? These 6 games were all in PlayStation's top 10 best-selling games on PlayStation last year. 6 out of 10 of the games were Xbox published games. Honestly, Xbox, if you want to be that studio, you want to be those people, become a third-party studio. Just, ta-da, done. Become a third-party studio. You can tell it's working. I completely forgot Xbox owns Minecraft. Completely forgot about that. But, the fact that 6 out of... Right here, the conclusion, the new rules of power. The uncomfortable truth for traditionalists is clear. Exclusivity is no longer the sole metric of power. Microsoft's success on PlayStation redefines victory. Not about winning the console, but keeping the games away from others it's about. Bam. Just bam. It's simple as that. Xbox, if they want to actually survive, they have to become a third party. They have to. They have no choice. And the other issue is, the other big thing is a lot of people are well, Asha Sharman's listening to the fans. She's listening to the fans on Twitter. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and just being blunt, as somebody who does use Twitter, when you listen to the fans on Twitter, you're going to get nowhere. Because the fans on Twitter only care about what they want and don't care about the longevity of a company. They don't. They're just we want the exclusives. We want the exclusives. I want to enjoy things and no one else is allowed to. That's not what gaming is supposed to be about. I mean, yeah, PlayStation's been doing it, but PlayStation has built such a foundation that they can. The PS3 era, which I discovered something wild the other day, apparently, I'm going to fact check myself on this one because I don't want to, hang on. It is insane to think about this. Okay, this is insane to think about. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Xbox shot themselves in the foot, man. The Xbox One was the death of Xbox. Xbox was winning. They were beating people in terms of the 360 era. Xbox was winning. In terms of quality in games and stuff like that, sure. In terms of sales, no. The PS3 and the Xbox 360 were incredibly close in lifetime popularity, with the PS3 ultimately outselling the Xbox 360 by a razor-thin margin. Both consoles sold roughly 84 to 87 million units globally. The freaking PS3 outsold the 360. I like Xbox. I do. They're good. Not good company, but they're a decent company. The fact that the 360 was outsold by the PS3 baffles me, because as a kid growing up, I was the only one who had a PS3. All of my buddies in school, everybody else I knew, like down all the kids on my block, all had 360s. I was the outcast for having a PS3, but apparently I was on the winning side in terms of sales. And then the PS4 just came by and took off. Xbox, like, oh, I'm gonna catch up. Oh, the PS5 came out. Well, that ain't good. Xbox has to rethink their whole entire structure. They almost have to kind of talk to Sony and not really talk about it, but there's even been rumors and talks that like Xbox could be going like independent and another company could be buying them instead of Microsoft. Could you imagine that? We could live in a world where it's the tiniest probability, the tiniest thing. We could live in a world where Sony owns PlayStation and frickin' Xbox. You ever thought about that? That's what I'm going to leave you guys on. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Steven, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Nerds Paradise, despite the fact it's been a lot of bad one. I promise the next Nerds Paradise episode that we talk about when it comes to news and stuff like that will not be on Xbox. And if it is, it will hopefully be in a good light. But if, honestly, the next episode might actually just be me talking about video games. Like an actual game list thing. I want to list. It might be actually, no, it won't be. It was going to be the next episode that I might do for Nerds Paradise was going to be titled something along the lines of like top 5 games that shut down but the fans brought back. Because there are some games that I've been playing again lately that were shut down by the original studios, but the fans brought it back in public and / private servers and public and private ways and things like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You're all awesome, you're amazing. I love and care for every single one of you. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. If you want to see more of me, by the way, you can hit me up on TC Golden everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, wherever you want. You can see right here in Nerds Paradise. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a good day. I love you all, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.